Hello everybody, how are we doing today? It is Mother's Day weekend, so to all you mothers out there, happy Mother's Day. Thank you for everything you have done for all of us, whether it's your own children, children you've helped take care of. Being Mother's Day weekend, of course, well, I thought about my own mother. And I've said many times, she couldn't cook. And she couldn't. She was the kind of woman who could burn Jell-O. But she had her moments. And some of the things she could make that blew my mind as a little kid was Coquille St Jacques. And for those of you who don't know what it is, it's shrimps and scallops in a white wine cream sauce, laced with a little bit of cheese, a little pinch of garlic, some mashed potatoes around the edge, then a cheese crust on top, and oh, it's heaven. I still go to restaurants these days and they'll have it on the menu, and I'm taken right back to being a kid again. So, being Mother's Day weekend, I was thinking, what can I do for the video? I said, well, I could always make a funny video and burn Jell-O, or set off the smoke detector making toast. I could do so many things, but instead, I decided to make my mother's Coquille St Jacques. So, this video, again, I went with the crazy camera. I'm going with the crazy camera setup on paper towel because Amazon has lost my tripods. Not once, not twice, we're now 3 times. All I know is when I get them, they are totally free because Amazon's already refunded me. So I'm either never going to see a tripod from them, or I'm going to get 3 of them, and watch out then. We'll have crazy camera setups. So, instead of me talking, because honestly, I'm starving. I want to eat. And the more I think about this, the more I want to hit that kitchen. So, come and join me. Let me show you one of my mother's best dishes. A dish that, to me, still reminds me of her with every single bite. So, let's go get cooking. We'll see you in there soon. Well, here we are. We are in the kitchen at last. As I said, I wanted to make one of my favorite meals that my mom used to make. One of the few things she didn't burn to a crisp. So, like I said, I'm making a very simple Coquille St Jacques. I have some potatoes boiling just off to the side here, over there. There we are. That we're going to turn into some mashed potatoes. Here I just have a little bit of butter melting. There's a couple of little bits of garlic in it just to give it some more flavor. I want to add a little bit more. And what I'm doing here really is I am just making a roux. You've seen me make them before. Flour and butter, and this is just going to help thicken things up. And we just cook this down a little bit first. And that's just going to help to get rid of some of that grainy taste. Now, with a roux, the longer you cook it, the darker it gets, and the more flavor it will get, but the less thickening it has. So, we don't necessarily need to do it that much. Like I say, it's really just until it thickens up nicely. just until everything is in. Next, just off here on the side, we're adding some heavy cream. Like I said, this was one of the dishes she wouldn't mess up. Didn't say it was one of the healthiest dishes, but wow, was it so tasty. And you go to a lot of restaurants, and they make this, and they do it as an appetizer, and you get it in the little scallop shell. And you can see how thick that is, just by how, when I draw my spoon, it moves with. I am going to add just some regular milk to thin that out. So it was maybe 2 tablespoons of butter, 2 tablespoons of flour, about half a cup of the heavy cream to start off. Then I just added about half a cup of the milk to thin this out a bit, because it was getting a bit too thick. And when you're working with a roux, it will only really thicken once it comes to a high enough temp. So you want to keep stirring this. Plus, if milk boils over onto your stove, like I said in the last video, I hope you have a long weekend, because it's going to take you that long to clean off your stove. Next, I know this is funny. I had a great laugh when I saw it, but it's wine. Sorry for the shadows, but it's wine, and it's in a can. But for me, this is great because I don't drink a lot. That felt so weird, opening up wine like you would a soda. I don't drink that often, and I'm not a white wine person. So for me to buy a whole bottle was crazy. But here I was just able to buy it in basically a glass. So we're just going to add in, well, I added about half, again, about half a cup. I'm going to say half a glass of wine, but about half a cup. So we have our beautiful white sauce. Nice. It's thickening up. It's doing what it's supposed to. To this now, I am just going to add a little bit of grated cheese. I grated this before. And it's just a little bit of mozzarella and a little bit of Parmesan. I can already smell the wine, of course. That little bit of garlic we added. We are just going to add now. Now, normally I would use white pepper, just so you don't get all these little flecks, but I don't have. So, just some black pepper. Stir that through. Little taste test. This is why you taste, because it definitely needs some salt. About half a teaspoon there. With salt, you always want to go a little bit under what you think, because obviously it's really hard to get the taste of salt out of stuff. Another little taste. Can taste the wine, can taste the garlic. The salt really helped. Heck, I think it even needs a little bit more. So there's the other half teaspoon. So I've added about a teaspoon of salt now. So all we've done here, because of the addition of cheese, is we've made a simple cheese sauce. You can toss your macaroni into this. I'm just checking my potatoes off to the side here. They're coming along. You can add, like I say, your macaroni to this, make a cheese sauce. Well, it is a cheese sauce, make mac and cheese. you've seen me do this before. Throw in some crumbled sausage. You've got sausage and sausage gravy for biscuits. I'm just adding a little shot of cayenne because I do like that spice. Don't have to if you don't want to. Not a problem. You don't even have to add the wine if you don't want to. But it does add a lot of flavor. So we're almost there. Another little taste. Yum. And our sauce base is done. And turn the heat off that. And if I don't drop anything, what I have here are some frozen scallops and some shrimp. And I'm not worried about cooking these, because they are going to cook really in the next step. But this is going to help thaw them out. And the juices that come out of there are definitely going to help to flavor this white sauce. Because white sauces traditionally don't have a ton of flavor. So we got to do something to jazz it up, to give it some flavor. So, let me switch cams. Alright, so we're back to me. So as you've seen, we didn't do anything hard. A little bit of butter and flour, made a roux, added some cream to it. That just makes it nice and thick. Added a little bit of milk to thin it out. I'm just stirring this, wanting to make sure everything is nice and coated in the sauce. Like I say, we have some potatoes boiling to make some mashed potatoes. Now the mashed potatoes, we want them kind of thick. We don't want whipped potatoes. We don't want fluffy potatoes, because what we're going to do is we're going to put this over top, almost like a crust over this. And then, of course, well, we're going to add a bit of cheese. So we're making a gratin. So while the potatoes are finishing off, I'm going to give a quick cleanup here. And when I come back, we'll have the mashed potatoes done. We'll do the assembly. We'll get it in the oven. And then, of course, the tasting. We'll see you all soon. Hello again. We are back. So what I have done, as you can see here, is I've just put everything in an oven-safe bowl. It's just what I'm going to be eating out of. And you can see the shrimps have already started to cook, so have the scallops. And what I've done is I've taken my mashed potatoes here and just put them in a little Ziploc bag. Instead of using a piping bag, which are so hard to clean, this just makes it easier. And when I'm done, I just chuck it out. And all I'm going to do is, yes, I know what it looks like. I'm just going to put a band of mashed potatoes all the way around. And put some more there. And this you can put as much or as little as you like. I've done this sometimes, I've just covered the whole top. I've done it other times like this, where I'm just really putting a rim onto it. There we go. So we have our nice creamy potatoes. And what then I do is I just take my fork. You'll see is I just put these little scallops or indents along the edge. And what this does, it just, well, it makes it look a bit nicer. But this is going to crisp up now. We're going to get all these nice little crispy bits of potato. Because everything is kind of soft and smooth and creamy. And this just gives us that nice little something to bite into. Then, last but not least, we put a cheese crust. Now, like I said, this is mozzarella and Parmesan. You can use some cheddar if you want. Again, if you don't want to use cheese, that's fine. I know a lot of people don't like seafood and cheese. And I was like that for a long time too. But now, I just can't get enough cheese. So, that is just like that. This is going to go into a 450 oven until we're nice and golden brown on the potatoes and the cheese is nice and melted. So we're going to stop the video once again, and once this comes out of the oven, it'll be time to eat. So we will see you all again shortly. Hello everyone and welcome back at last. It's been 15 minutes. This is scorching hot. I would love to pick it up and be able to show you a little bit better, but I took some pictures. I'll put them in now. But you can see we have the nice crisp edges. We've got that golden cheese. Have to get that little bit. The mashed potatoes, I didn't do anything really special to. A little bit of butter, a little bit of milk, like a couple of tablespoons. And that was it. I didn't want to do anything to take away from the flavor of everything else we have in here. So we've got that nice crispy cheese crust. Yes, I am stalling because you can see the steam coming off that. So you know how hot this is going to be just by. So I want to dig in there. Oh yeah. So we have a shrimp. Got some of that gorgeous white wine and cheese sauce. Little garlic in the background. Got some shrimp. I am gonna hurt myself so bad. If I could hear angels singing right now, it's because of that taste. I can't eat a ton more on camera because as it is now, I already have a burned mouth just from that little bite. But this with some nice warm bread, because you've got to get all that sauce. The creamy potatoes. Because we didn't actually cook the shrimp or the scallops beforehand, they cooked in that sauce. They are cooked perfectly. Like you can see just how nice that shrimp is. And if I look in here, now I just used small scallops. Like, they're small, but they're cheap. The big, if you want, you can go really fancy and get the big scallops. But they're so expensive. Little gorgeous flavor bites. I know this is so hot, but it's just so good. So there we go. We have a gorgeous Coquille St Jacques. And I said one of the few dishes my mom wouldn't burn the house to the ground to make. Started off with a real simple white sauce. Added a little bit of wine, a little bit of cheese. Took it off the heat, added our seafood. Then made our mashed potatoes. Assembled it with a little bit more cheese, which like I said is optional. Oven 450 till it's all nice and bubbly and golden brown. And we're done. Make this as a main course for a really nice dinner. As a starter for a fish dinner or seafood dinner that you're making, or if you just want to surprise someone special. So, until next time, my name is Andrew. I am the 5 p.m. chef. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. You'll see when I come out with more videos like this. If you're coming back, well, thank you very much. It's great to see you all again. Give this video a big thumbs up and leave me a comment down below. Just help let YouTube know you like the content I'm making, you like the videos I'm producing, and it just helps. Also, by hitting that bell icon, you'll see when I upload new videos, normally at least once a week. So until then, everyone, have a great weekend, be safe, wear your mask, and we'll see you all next time.